Oh, this should be good here. I have heard about this. I think the first time I heard about it was on the Matt Walsh show. And I was actually surprised at what I was seeing. I thought it was a parody, comedy. And then I found out that it was nominated for 13 Oscars. I was like, what? Oh, we know why. We know why. Let's see what the nerdrotic has to say. Get over there and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operation.
I see. Man to woman, or woman to man.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. Is it for you?
Stupid. It's like a parody. It's like a joke. Like, it looks like they're making fun of the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Changing the soul changes society. Changing society changes it all.
What?
Doctor.
Gamora, I'm very disappointed in you.
You better trust my Mr. Mystery. If you had seen what he has shown to me.
El cuerpo que cabra me dañó, pero que valió la pena que sos feliz que soy yo.
I want to know it all. What is the protocol? The techniques and the risks. How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
No. Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty. Adam's apple reduction.
Yes. Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million awakening wonders and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. A little film came out late last year that flew under the radar until it won a few Golden Globes and then was nominated for 13 Oscars. According to the Academy of
Which, like, never happens. Like, you don't just get nominated for 13 Oscars.
Motion Picture Arts and Sciences based on those Oscar
See, this is why people don't trust Hollywood or certain industries that are considered machines, you know, industries that they feel promote propaganda because they know, sitting on their sofas watching these movies or at the theater, they truly know what's Oscar worthy and what's great film. And then they'll see you put something out there as, oh, this is not, and they're like, yeah, right. Who? By who? By who? Not the people. Not the people. The board of a handful of people that say this is what the utmost of entertainment is.
nominations. This film is better than Ben-Hur, It's a Wonderful Life, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather Part 1 and 2, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Lawrence of Arabia, Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Lord of the Rings The Two Towers, Lord of the Rings Return of the King, and again, based on those Oscars.
Yeah, I told you. It's like these 13, it almost never happens.
Nominations, it's tied with the #1 grossing film of all time while adjusting for inflation, Gone with the Wind.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And this magnum opus of pure cinema is Emilia, Pérez, and everyone hates it. The alphabet community hates it. The Mexicans hate it. The leftists think the message isn't progressive enough.
And I was hearing that everybody hates it. Like, LGBTQ community hates it. Latinos hate it. No one likes this. And they can tell what you're doing.
Else is laughing their asses off at it. And its worldwide gross, depending on who you go to, is either just over $4 million or $11 million. And it currently has a 22% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. To be fair, it's sitting...
Nobody trusts the critics score. And the way things have been manipulated in the past few years, people don't trust the audience score either, but it's still more reliable.
At a certified fresh 74% from the corporate access media critics. But nobody's taken them seriously for years or counts them as people. But if you add that to the 71 score on Metacritic and the very middling 6 out of 10 on IMDb, it doesn't exactly scream 13 Oscar nominations. So against my better judgment, I thought I'd test my sanity and sobriety and check it out. I mean, how bad could it be?
Oh, nerdrotic, you are a much better man than me. There is no way in hell that I could have dedicated, what was it? Oh, no, something like this has got to be 2.5 hours, maybe 3. These, type of artsy extra had to be. There's no way I would have dedicated that much time, but you did it for a good cause. You did it for a good cause to bring to us the entertainment and only the way that you can of reviewing a movie. And we thank you for that, for going to the trenches for us.
Now all I need is an editor. Strange. Harry's not answering and he said he'd be home all day. Good thing I've got another. Hey Garrett, it's your lucky day. Let's check out the Oscar darling Emilia Pérez.
Emilia. Pérez. Emilia. Pérez. Emilia. Pérez. Emilia.
I immediately regret this decision.
Imagine my shock that this viral clip that came out late last year that is still going to this very day was attached to a film that's won awards, including but not limited to the Cannes Film Festival Jury Surprise, the Cannes Film Festival Best Actress Award, believe me, we'll get to that, the European Film Award for Best Film, and the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture. And here I go thinking it was just another bad streaming movie from Netflix. And after watching it, it turned out to be just another bad streaming film from Netflix. A boring, soulless, and contrived intersectional fever dream that's a cross between a bad attempt at a John Waters film, Mrs. Doubtfire, a theater kid's performative art adaptation of Sicario, and a corporate DEI seminar. But on top of all that, it's a musical, right down there with the worst parts of Joker 2, a film that is self-described as not only gender-bending, it's genre-bending, and in the end, the only thing it'll end up doing is breaking your will to live. Instead of giving a plot synopsis, I'll just give you the whole damn plot, considering that Emilia Pérez is not applicable at the domestic box office and hasn't even made the budget of Godzilla -1 worldwide. Juan Manitas del Monte is a ruthless cartel boss responsible for the deaths of hundreds, maybe thousands of men, women, and children across Mexico. He hires Rita Mora Castro, an underappreciated...
When I heard this, I was like, seriously? A cartel boss? Okay.
Female lawyer who's much smarter than her male boss, who starts the film by getting her guilty client off for murder for killing his wife to help him transition into a woman fulfilling his long-held desire. After Rita takes a consultation in Bangkok, which in this film should be called Lost Cock, which is the scene that blew up on the internet, and yes, because we have to go through this together, I'm going to subject you to it one more time.
No! God! Very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operations.
This is so irritating.
Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
No! God, please, no!
I want to know it all. What is the protocol?
It sounds like a kid wrote it.
The techniques and the risks. How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
No!
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
No!
Venoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Control laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, yes, yes.
No!
Here's the good news. You don't have to watch the rest of the movie because, believe me, it gets worse.
I'm sure.
After finding a doctor in Israel, Juan Manitas del I'm losing my full Monte goes through the gender-affirming surgery, fakes his death, and sends his wife, played by Selena Gomez, and his kids to Switzerland. Zoe Saldana's Rita gets a big payday, and then there's a 4-year time jump, where Juan Manitas del I Lost My Full Monte is now Emilia Pérez, who has decided that she can't live without her children. Emilia Pérez is now going to pose as the kid's aunt, and this is where we get to the Miss
Doubtfire. Hey, look, he said it.
Fire portion of this nightmare. And Selena Gomez only agrees so she can hook back up with Sancho. For our international friends, Sancho is a term in the Spanish-speaking world for the dude hooking up with your girl when you're at work or in prison. And for some magically contrived reason, Selena Gomez doesn't recognize her husband at all. Emilia Pérez and Zoe Saldana return.
That's hilarious. I'm not married. But if I was, or if I wasn't, because I'm not, if I got a sex change, Leticia would recognize me. Scarlo would recognize me easily.
To Mexico to start an NGO, a non-profit organization that helps connect the dead bodies of the people killed by the cartel with their families. This is done by paying the locked up members of the cartel who killed them to tell them where the bodies are. This is where Emilia Pérez gets into a relationship with a woman. Emilia Pérez settles into her new life with Rita, Selena Gomez, her kids, and her girlfriend. Things are going great until Emilia Pérez finds out that Selena Gomez is going to marry Sancho. Emilia Pérez, who is now a lesbian, I guess, really embraces the role and assaults Selena Gomez, who flees with the kids to Sancho. After failing to run Sancho out of town, Emilia Pérez ends up getting kidnapped by Selena Gomez and Sancho. Zoe Saldana then gathers a raiding party who performs the loading of the weapons dance. Everything goes sideways, and then unfortunately, yet predictably, Selena Gomez, Sancho, and yet...
How did you do it, sir? Stronger man than me.
Emilia Pérez die in a car crash.
Well, how about that?
And if you watch this movie, you're going to wish you were in that car with them. And the film ends with Emilia Pérez being deified like Jesus Christ. I wish I was kidding. Thematically, Emilia Pérez is all over the place, keeping in mind that this is a French film.
I guess more like the Virgin Mary, that pose.
Comprehensible.
C'est la vérité.
What the hell were they trying to say? Your guess is as good as mine. Was this a story of personal transformation? Sure, through surgery. Was it a critique of the narco culture and the overall corruption in Mexican society from a French perspective? Well, it was hard to tell through all the bad musical numbers. And there's some other gobbledygook about living as your true, authentic self, but as with most of these films, it comes off as stereotyping. I think they were trying to tell a tale of redemption in there somewhere, but that's really hard to believe considering this film's grasp on morality.
Cuando me besó las manos y sentí sus lágrimas. Por primera vez me amé a mí misma.
Isn't that nice? Emilia Pérez loves herself after connecting a mother to the dead body of her child that he probably had something to do with.
Well, how about that?
On the bright side, we have a new film genre from The Guardian, trans gangster.
Johnson.
Every time I see that, how about that? It's kind of scary looking at his face all done up like that. It's actually more jarring to me than the It clown that he played. Well, how about that?
Then there's the musical numbers.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Doctor, you better trust my Mr. Mystery. Ahora no me chingues, permita. Quiere robar a mis hijos. Cálmate. Y por primera vez. Esta gente habla, pero ahora es una condena. Lo que vale la pena.
I can tell. Let me tell you something. Man, if I was an international spy and I got caught behind enemy lines, they could make me talk. If they strapped me to a chair, kept my eyes open, it made me watch this. I'd talk. I don't know how far in, but I'm talking. All the United States secrets are gone. Oh, God.
As far as the performances are concerned, Zoe Saldana is probably the best thing in it, and she does what she can with what she is given. She ends up coming off as a bit
But she accepted the role, so she's just as at fault as everybody else in this movie.
of an idiot, although we are told through a song that she is intelligence incarnate. Selena Gomez, who is capable of singing, decides not to in this movie, but she does a lot of crying, but it's nowhere near as good as this performance.
The children.
I think that was actually an apology to Mexico for Emilia Pérez. This brings us to Carla Sofia Gascon, who plays a dude for the first third of the film and is up for Best Actress. Oh man, I'm rooting for you. But you know who probably isn't? The woman whose spot you took, but what the hell do I know?
Protect our women, United States.
Oh, maybe Shakespeare had a point. In the end, Emilia Pérez is going to go down as the worst Best Picture nominee and quite possibly Best Picture in the Oscars history. It's boring. It's woke. It's cringe. It's simplistic. But it's just pretentious enough to give an aura of sophistication to convince a bunch of dumb rich people to give it awards. Everyone else hates it, including the alphabet community. From GLAAD, Emilia Pérez is not good trans representation. And the uber progressive left. Emilia Pérez is a regressive movie that thinks it's woke. Oh, it's woke. It's just shit like the rest of them. It will probably win an Oscar or quite a few. Or how about pissing off the entire country of Mexico? Why Mexicans find Emilia Pérez disrespectful? Why is Emilia Pérez hated in Mexico but Oscar nominated in the U.S.? And it looks like it has a lot to do with a very stereotypical view of Mexican society and Selena Gomez's fake accent. And if you go over to Rotten Tomatoes, there's a lot of half-star and one-star reviews in Espanol, and they don't look very nice. And there's article after article.
They don't look very nice. It's like I can figure out a couple of those words. Yeah, that's not good. Plus, with the half star or 1 star, yeah, I can tell it's not good.
Pérez is loved by Hollywood and hated by everyone else. Emilia Pérez is winning awards. Why is it causing controversy too? Emilia Pérez is as bad as audience say, and its nominations raise questions. It definitely raises one. How can a movie that, again, is just a bad attempt at a John Waters film get 13 Oscar nominations? And the answer is simple. Sure, Netflix was pushing this hard, and I wouldn't besmirch the sanctity of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences by suggesting there was some payola going on. My guess is it was political, considering the Oscar nomination voting ended in January. It was their chance to stick it to the man. We'll lose more money than you could possibly imagine by hastening the demise of our declining award show. Despite Emilia Pérez making me think I was a bit too harsh on Madam Web because it's one of the worst movies I've seen in years, and the music...
I'm sure this is worse than Madam Web.
Made me want to stick pencils in my ear, and I did not intend for that to rhyme. For my part, I'm with you, Hollywood.
Don't hate the play, hate the game. Bars!
I hope it sweeps.
Well, what the fuck is a movie now? Okay, what the fuck is a movie now? What, something that plays in theaters for a token release for 4 fucking weeks, all right? And by the second week, you can watch it on television. I didn't get into all this for diminishing returns. I mean, it was bad enough in 97. Not in 97. It was bad enough in 2019, and that was the last fucking year of movies. All right, and that was a shit deal as far as I was concerned. The fact that it's gotten drastically worse.
nerdrotic.com.
All right. Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to wash my eyes out. And while I do that, you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. 10 million subscribers. Woo! The man, the woman, popping at the vagina.